What's up everyone, back here for another video. If this is your first time on the channel, hi, my name's Alex Temiz. I've been day trading for over 11 and a half years, and I made over $16 million in verified trading profits. So today's video is actually gonna be an interesting one. Today I'm gonna talk about how much money I make from selling trading education versus how much money I make from actually trading. So let's first begin with this. The problem with the day trading industry is you see all these kids, 18, 19, 20 years old, these Forex guys with Lambos and Bugattis, these teenagers with the craziest cars in the world, and you fail to realize that they didn't get those cars through trading. They got those cars through selling education. Most of the time, they sold some scams too, right?
I've had $100,000 days, I've had $200,000 days. The average is maybe around like 600, sometimes 750,000.
Gotcha. So that's the main thing that I want you to understand is it gives actual legitimate day traders a bad name. Whenever I go out and someone asks me what I do, the last thing that I say is I'm a day trader because there's such a negative stigma associated with that because of the bad name and bad reputation that people have. So let me talk about why I even got into selling education in the first place. When I first started trading, there was no real way to learn how to trade online. I started almost 12 years ago. There were maybe a few YouTube channels, and the people that were actually legitimate and actually making a ton of money trading were all at hedge funds. They were all at these professional places on Wall Street. So the only people on the internet that were giving trading education didn't really have much success. So when I started trading, I actually lost money my first year because I was doing what they were saying. So the biggest thing that I remember from when I first started my journey is year one, I would lose money because everyone always told me it was as easy as buy the breakout, right? Every time I bought the breakout, the stock would crash every single time. What I learned is I can't make money buying the breakout because buying the breakout only works in a bull market, right? If you're in a bear market or if things are slowing down, you try buying the breakout, you're gonna get destroyed. So by my second year, I discovered short selling, and by my third year, I started to become a profitable seller because I was like, dude, every time I buy a stock, it goes down. Let me just hit the short button and I'll make money. Fast forward to where I met my mentor, Bao. My mentor, Bao, took me under his wing and taught me how to trade. At that time, he was trading for over a decade. Now it's been 2 decades that he's been trading. So we became friends and he taught me his strategy. Now, that same mentorship that he gave me blew my trading up in such a great way. I started making consistent money because now I knew exactly what to trade, how to trade it, and what things to avoid. So I had to unlearn all the bad habits that I learned through all these BS courses online and BS education online. And then Bao and I got together and we said, dude, the same way that you taught me how to trade, imagine we could teach people the right way how to trade. No BS, no scams, no nothing. And then to top it all off, what if we traded live in front of our members every single day on Zoom and on screen share? That way they knew it was real. That way they knew there was legitimate. And let's every year post our broker statements online so that everyone could see that this is the real deal. So that's exactly what we did. You know, over 7 years later, MIC is now the #1 highest rated trading education on the planet. We've helped over 10,000 traders through live trading. Now you must be saying, hey Alex, you must be making a ton of money doing this stuff. The answer is no. So let me show you exactly how much I made in 2024 from education and how much I made in 2024 through trading. So if you look at the number on your screen right now, this is my IRS tax return. I made $16,000 in the year of 2024 from selling education. Not $16,000 a day, not $16,000 in a month, $16,000 for the entire year, which is equivalent to $1,300 a month. Now let's talk about how much I made trading. In trading for 2024, I made over $2.8 million. So I made 175 times more money from trading than from education. So what's the reason for that? Number one is I'm not a businessman, guys. I am a trader first. The business was a hobby. The business was a way for me and my mentor to give back to the traders in the community. So for whatever money comes into the business, we just spend it on ads, we spend it on free events, we spend it on helping our members and meeting our members in person. So there's really not much money left over overall. Now you think about another trading educational community that might be out there. These guys are driving Bugattis and Paganis and Koenigsegg's and all these crazy things. Is you fail to realize they don't make money trading, They make money from education. And you must be thinking, why would someone even buy someone's education if they're not making money trading? Because they're selling the lifestyle, they're selling the cars. They're like, oh, if you do this, if you trade well, you might make that. And look at my Rolex and all this stuff. And it's just all garbage, guys. So we wanted to prove that our community is the best, not by the things that we have or not by the education that we have, but by the results of the leaders and the results of the members. Everyone always thinks that this business is lucrative. It can be if you're trying to sell the dream, if you're trying to sell lies, if you're driving around in fancy cars. I have all of those things, but I don't choose to show them because it's gonna attract the wrong type of person. So for me, people don't believe that it's this little amount of money if you're doing things the right way. So now you may be asking, why would I even take the $16,000? Well, my account told me I should take at least $1,000 a month to show the IRS that there's income coming on my personal side, because on my trading side, it's through a business and LLC. So I wanted to make this video to show you guys that my income comes directly from trading primarily. Wouldn't you rather want to learn trading from someone that makes 175 times more money from trading than from education? The education business is only good if you're scamming people, if you're lying about the results, if you're selling them a dream. It makes no sense. I like the results to speak for it instead. So now you may be asking, what is my strategy? So I spoke about it a little bit earlier in this video, but when I first started trading, every single time I would buy stock, it would go straight down. Then I discovered something called short selling, which is making money when stocks go down. And I was like, dude, this is perfect. Instead of hitting the buy button, I'm gonna hit the short button and I'm gonna be rich. Think about how many times you bought a stock only for it to crater a second after you bought it. I mean, I don't know about you, but it happened to me all the time. So I was like, if this thing is gonna crater anyway, let me at least short the stock and make money. And 11 and a half years later, I made over $16 million doing it. I trade live in front of thousands of traders. We've helped over 10,000 traders on their trading journey. So the reason why I'm saying this is to show you guys that there is actually education out there where the leaders are focused primarily on the trading and on the education versus focusing primarily on the money from selling courses. My goal has always been to give back. So whether the business grows more, whether we make more money, whether whatever it is, my goal is to just give it back in the form of free events, give it back in the form of helping our members, give it back in the form of helping our team that runs this operation. So for me, I clearly don't need the money. I've been doing very, very well trading. That's kind of where my priority is gonna be. So if you like this video, I have plenty of other live trading videos on the channel where you can see me trade live in real time every single day. And this just goes to show you that there are some people out there that make more money trading than selling courses. Good luck finding that anywhere else.